if the ritual of how you are conducting is based on the clean and so on. But if you do the same method ritual, but you don't care anything about surrounding, you don't care it's clean or ugly. It doesn't matter too much to you anymore, because what is there beyond ugly? What is there beyond beautiful? Nothing.
Yeah, that's the end.
Yeah. If you are in this kind of state and utilizing the ritual with a sword or whatsoever, then it is in Anuttara Yoga Tantra method. You are in a very high level, even more profound. So therefore, it depends on the person who is conducting the ritual. His perception counts a lot. In his mind, he feels like clean and pure is my priority. Then the ritual you do becomes clear. If in your mind, pure unpure, what is there beyond?
Yeah.
With this one, with this mentality that you conduct the ritual, it becomes Anuttara Yoga Tantra.
Yeah.
So like this. With this sword like this, we do have a practice in Tantric Buddhism. Sometime
because I've seen a statue, although with a sword against knowledge, against ignorance. I mean,
that's the thing. This is what I'm about to talk. Because in the Buddhism, sword is always considered as a wisdom. And what will sword cut? Cut the head, chop the head. Therefore, the bloods come out. And usually, people who are holding a sword, in the left hand they have a skull with the blood full of things. So literally, it means I cut the head of someone else, and this person is dead. And death means samsara. Blood coming out means you are suffering in the samsara. So therefore, this is literally, sword means to cut this one. But what does it signify? Is that like sword cut the head, a sword is a wisdom. Wisdom cut the head of the ignorance. So therefore, the moment the head of the ignorance is cut, blood comes out. Like when blood comes out, we are dead. Like this is a death, the end of the samsara.
And what's the ritual for? Because it's called the Manushara, or you call it sword?
Manjushri.
Yeah.
And sword of Manjushri, we call it.
And how do you use it? Is there a ceremony or is it symbolic?
There's a lot of ceremony. That's a lot of ritual. Many types, almost 1,000 type of ritual.
Wow.
But usually we use by the mantra, because here you have this one, and like this one is normally is a sword with a flame on it. Sword is like this, but do you make it like this? This one, zigzag type, is actually a flame of the sword. So therefore, the suggest has to be very much skillful, because the ignorance is not just simply ignorance. Ignorance is, how to call it in English, sneaky.
Snake.
Sneaky.
Oh yes.
So sneaky. If it's not ignorance is stupid, you can easily cut the ignorance. But ignorance is very, very sneaky. They know what they are doing. So therefore, sword cannot cut ignorance that easy, because ignorance is sneaky. So if the ignorance is sneaky, then the wisdom has to have a flame to understand each move of the sneaky ignorance. So therefore, the wisdom sword stay always one step ahead of the sneaky ignorance. That's why there is a flame on the sword.
Yeah, because I saw also on the tip flames.
Yeah, that flame is to like wisdom is 10 times vigilant against this ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because ignorance you never come. This is how the devil work.
Mm-hmm.
Devil come with aggressive. Devil come with manipulative
Mm-hmm.
thing. Devil come with a temptation.
Mm-hmm.
Devil come with many forms.
Yeah.
So therefore,
it's the easy thing actually. Yeah? What's given from the devil?
Devil they come with anything. Devil come like a my son. Devil come like a oh you are doing good. You have to work for all the people.
Mm-hmm.
But this is beautiful. Who nobody will say like working for every people is good.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes working for every people can trick you to gain your ego up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work for every people. So this will be your mantra to tell other people, but at the same time, these activities can also generate an ego in you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the ego comes with the beautiful words, and it will kill you softly.
Yeah.
So therefore, wisdom is always, this is where we call it Manjushri wisdom is much knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
They know when to, where to, right time, right place. It's not just cutting. This is where on the wisdom, like you have the sword,
Mm-hmm.
but your sword it has a flame.
Mm-hmm.
That means the sword and flame together is here. Yes.
But for instance, in the temple, there were some mantras who were written phonetic, so you can actually sing them together.
Normally in the sword, in this kind of sword, there is like a Om, A, Ra, Pa, Tsa, Na, Di. There's a on here you have to visualize the mantra of wisdom. So every mantra has its role to play.
Mm-hmm.
So usually, I cannot explain so much, but usually we focus this sword with a mantra Om A Ra Pa Tsa Na Ti.
Mm-hmm.
That is a mantra of the wisdom. And from this one, then the practitioners they visualize first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And once visualize is done, then sometimes they also use, we call it mudra.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a mudra of how you cut and how you do and everything. Yes. Okay. Yes. So these are ritual thing. Ritual thing is you need to learn with a ritual master to
Mm-hmm.
about it because it's long.
Mm-hmm.
This thing.
Yeah, I understand. And what you see a lot, and like in Holland, Buddhism is very popular.
Mm.
But I don't think that a lot of people know the essence of what it's about. What's your meaning about that?
I think many people know the essence about themselves, but the moment when we know, people also love to interpret to it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we are hijacked the true essence by our interpretation. This is how a human being we relate to the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and then we create my truth and your truth and her truth. Truth is only one. We all know that, but still, then I love to interpret my truth,
Mm-hmm.
and you love to interpret your truth.
So actually, then you're changing a little bit of the truth because you wanted to see it from your perspective.
No, the moment you say it's my truth, then you are wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's no such as my truth and your truth. Truth is truth. So this is where many people know everything is impermanent.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Correct.
But when I experience this impermanent, just now you and me were talking about impermanent. We are happy to talk. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter much.
Mm-hmm.
Because no, you are not struggling, me neither.
Mm-hmm.
You did not come with a problem to me and then ask the solution.
Mm-hmm.
That moment I will give you a solution that you need to relate to the impermanent. Now, if you are able to relate to the impermanent, that truth,
Mm-hmm.
you will be cured. But if you try to relate to that impermanent and you try to interpret your way of impermanent, then you create a box of what impermanent should be.
Mm-hmm.
But this impermanent will be not agreed by the person you had a problem. So therefore, a person struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I will be so much suffering because for me it's impermanent, it's changing, it's like this, and then I had a problem with you, and then I have interpretation of how the change should be, my way.
Mm-hmm.
But you will not agree with this one.
No.
So therefore, this is, we call it control freak. I become a control freak because I want
The other one.
other one in my way of how it should be the truth.
Yeah, correct.
But usually in other terms, what we call the control freak. It's just like a they say her. Okay, she is she has a boyfriend, and she said, okay, come to the coffee shop. We go there and drink, and then we will go to the coffee shop. We will drink the taste I like the coffee. You are not going to read this newspaper while drinking the coffee. You will stay in the corner where I like, and then you will only drink this coffee but not other coffee. If she start to say like this, the other person will give some excuse. Oh, I have a meeting with my dentist, so maybe tomorrow I cannot come, because the other person realized she is controlling.
Uh-huh. So the excuse is actually a reason to not come under the pressure of the other person.
Because other person make a box of how it should be the life. Because I say, you sit here, not there. I don't ask you what kind of coffee you like. You just drink this coffee because I like this coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you are not using this one. But I will love to read the newspaper. If I start to talk like this, then tomorrow you will be not here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called my kind of truth. And you will have your own kind of truth.
And how should you manage the situation?
Just be free yourself to open enough to the truth. Is that you cannot control anything. Nothing is in your hand, but you just abide with the nature that gives you, and you are okay.
That's beautiful.
Because that moment, whatever comes, you take it as a gift. This is why we say stay in the present. Take everything as a present and as a gift.
So stay in the present and take everything as a present.
As a present. That means you are going according to the law of nature.
Yeah, but does it mean that if you look in the future, because a lot of people make plans, for instance, she want to be nurse, I'm going to school, I'm going to that direction. But of course, I know that a lot of times things happen in your life, and you have to change your route to get through.
Yeah, this then we call it the law of the interdependent.
The law of the interdependent. So you should not be dependent to your plans, or
No, you can just work with your plan.
yeah.
As long as it's working, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it is not working, don't force yourself. You will suffer. If she does not want to be what she want to, if she does not want to be what you want her to be, and if you force her,
Yeah, that
you
doesn't
both
work.
will struggle.
Yeah.
So as long, this is what we call it. First rule is stay in the moment. That's the interdependent.
Okay.
Impermanent. And then there's interdependent. Another law is everything comes if there's all the cause and condition is there. But if there's no cause and condition, don't force yourself. It is not going to happen. So therefore, as much as you create the possibilities of cause and condition, the better it is. It is just like a let's say like last yesterday we talked about the ball.
Yeah.
You put under pressure.
Yeah.
In the water.
Takes a lot of energy.
It takes a lot of energy. It will just come out.
Yeah.
Because there is no cause and condition to stay down there.
Yeah.
But there's a possible. You tie this ball. Beneath the ball, you attach a big rock and put it. That's possible. Because this rock makes the condition to ball to stay inside. As long as there is a cause and condition, you can work for the future.
Okay.
But when the cause and condition is not there, then you cannot force.
Okay, I've got a question. But okay, you have to stay in the present. But isn't it so that the history makes the decisions that you take right now for the future? Because you meet things, you have bad, for instance, you meet something bad that has influence on how you think. Because what you're going to do is, not going to do that in the future. But conditions can change.
Change, yes. That's the beauty of the interdependent, is that condition can change. As long as condition can change, and you are stubbornly, when you are trying to make something like future, you want to become a millionaire. So therefore you are creating all the cause and condition, and you visualize your future, and you see you becoming a millionaire. And you have all the cause and condition. As long as it's working, it's working. But 10 years later, the company that you have invested, that is supposed to give you become a millionaire, is suddenly bankrupt. Collapse. Now you are not going to become a millionaire.
No.
You had a dream, a vision at the beginning, and then in between it collapsed. So now you are not going to become a millionaire. But it does not overrule the possibilities. Still, you are determined, and you are still wanting to not to bankrupt this company, and do whatever you can. If that's possible, you must do. But you cannot do something that cannot be done.
No.
So if you do that one, then you are again going against the nature.
So actually going with the nature is to accept the reality and go with the flow. And if the nature goes right, okay, then we go right.
Yeah.
Then you're independent of your luck.
Yeah.
No, independent for your unluck.
You are independent.
Yeah.
When you are independent, now let's say you are not going to become a millionaire. You give up the idea of becoming a millionaire, and you choose your direction. From there, again, where you want to go is, okay, I don't want to become a millionaire, I just want to become a happy person. You have an option. That's also law of nature. Because law of nature is the way you accept, then better it is. Every single moment we make a choice.
Yeah.
But both, there is possibilities. But these both possibilities will lead you either to happiness or to suffering.
So it means actually that happiness is only there because you expect something else. You're dependent from your expectations, and you cannot reach it.
That's suffering.
So you feel bad.
That's suffering.
That's suffering, yeah.
So therefore, happiness is a satisfaction. If you are satisfied to become a millionaire, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you collapse your plan of becoming a millionaire, if you have still, if you have dissatisfaction that moment, then happiness is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are, oh, I will be happy millionaire. I do all this one. I'm so happy to be a millionaire. I'm satisfied with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm working on this process. But suddenly everything collapses. It's collapsed. It's okay. I'm not going to become a millionaire. That's okay. I'm still happy.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose this direction, then satisfaction is there. So therefore, in Buddhism, when we measure the happiness based on the satisfaction of the individual.
So happiness, again please, happiness depends if you...
Because happiness is very much independent inside.
Yeah.
Happiness does not need to depend on the money,
No.
wealth, power.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling that you have like, it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
So when you have this one, this in Buddhism we call it happiness. You are satisfied.
Exception
Yeah.
of what there is.
Yeah. So therefore, rich people can have a happiness. Poor people can have a happiness. Poor people can suffer, can have a suffering. Rich people can have a suffering.
Yeah.
He who knows the limit of the satisfaction and joy in their satisfaction, that's happiness. So therefore, many people say like, oh, rich people, money people, oh, they are suffering. No, not necessarily.
No, correct.
Poor people happiness. No, many people also crave of having.
Yeah.
So therefore, happiness is someone you just abide by the law, and you are just content of what you have. If you have big, you are content. If you have less, you are content. If you have nothing, you are content. Then you are happy. This is what in Buddhism happiness.
Okay. This is quite interesting.
So therefore, the contentment of what you do, what you think, if there is a contentment, then you are happy. That's happiness. So therefore, what you do doesn't matter much in the happiness, because it can be a one single smile and you are making happy one person. By the quantity is not big, but it applies as absolute happiness.
Yeah.
Or one small smile can make a million people smiling. That is also okay. But one single smile making billions of people smiling, but many people are so happy, but still if you are not satisfied, then you are suffering. Your action can bring happiness to many people, but you yourself is suffering. This is exactly, what is his name, this actor, the comedian actor who suicide? Jungle Book.
Jungle Book?
That is a Disney series.
Yeah.
He's very much well-known Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a Disney movie, right?
Yeah, he's also,
Yeah.
He died. He suicide. And he is a comedian that makes everyone laugh and happy. But he suicide. Why? People suicide when they are really struggling inside.
What interests me a lot, this is a personal question. The way you think, it's quite interesting for me. because you have got a lot of how shall I say that? The solutions are so simple, are coming from such a. There must be a time that you were learning, that you went to a monastery and you started learning. It's not something from the books. It's a mindset.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It is the way of suddenly you change your mind and then you find the solutions to any. It's not in a book to actually any question.
Actually,
It looks like that.
Actually, all the books like such as Bible, Quran, Gita, or Tipitaka from the Buddhism, they all talk about the nature, the truth. And Quran or Bible, they don't say like our truth. They just express the truth. If anyone who abides with the original book knows the truth. Like I said before, it is a human relationship with the book. When you try to interpret the book, then this is where the fighting is coming.
Then that's where it goes wrong.
That's where
because you can read every book from a different perspective.
Yeah.
The same book, exactly the same book.
Every book has the same message.
Yeah.
But people love to interpret. People love to compare.
Oh yeah.
So comparing interpretation, you are going away from the truth. So therefore, as an individual, the answer is very simple. When you hold this sword, answer is very simple. This sword is just to cut your interpretation of how it should be.
So when you start interpretation,
then you're mixed.
Then you're going away from the truth.
Yeah. Because truth does not need to interpret. Truth is truth.
The truth, yeah. Truth is truth, yeah.
Just truth. It's just like oxygen.
Yeah.
You just breathe in, and it functions everything. So it does not need to say our Quran's oxygen and Bible oxygen or Buddhist oxygen. It doesn't work like this. The people start to say this one, then what happens next? Oh, this Quran's oxygen. Whoever not is Quran believer must pay the tax to breathe our Quran oxygen. So therefore, all this system of this thing this we call it interpretation.
Yeah, because in Europe you see a very small group of the Muslims. They make an interpretation, and we can be honest about it. It gave a lot of problems. Let's say in Belgium right now there were people who thought that with wisdom of the Quran they could kill people. They made a bomb attack at the airplanes, and they really believed in it.
That's true. That's the interpretation.
That's the interpretation.
Because
and it's a small group. It's just a very small, but they're quite aggressive and dominant. That's it.
That's true. Because these are all defensive tactic of the ego. Because ego love to tell I am the powerful one. You need to dominate.
Oh yeah.
You need to create a fear in people's mind and so on. And this exists in every religion, not only in the Muslim. This exists in the Christian, Buddhist.
The Christians, when they went to the Middle East, correct?
You just need to look. Today, okay, we have little bit crazy stuff like Muslim did that, but in the history, when we look, every religion has done something in the past.
Correct.
Christian has done the most terrible thing. Buddhist has its own share of doing in Japan, in China.
Correct.
And then in Germany also. And then the Hindu is also.
This is interesting. So it's not depending on the religion. It's the ego of the people who take the wrong interpretation
of the book.
And there we go.
Because we human being has always an option to to take the morally correct thing.
But it's
right.
inside of us, but that we want, that is a need, or how shall I call it?
Because all the books, why? Even the question is, why did even book appear in the first place?
To keep knowledge alive, I think. To give it, to pass it by to other people.
But why they need to pass?
Well, yeah.
It's for the humanity. It is bring your best from you, bring out your best outside. That's the reason or the purpose of the book. Because if book is the truth,
yeah,
and this book has to bring the best out of you outside. That is the purpose of the book.
But we need information to I think we need information to school.
This book gives you a lot of information to bring the best out of you.
Yeah.
If you want to, if you choose to. This is where I said earlier, interdependent is you choose.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And if you choose, and then if you think like it's blocking, and just let it be. It's okay. Let it be. Calm down. Take step 1, 2 steps behind, and come tomorrow to look again if it is okay or not okay. And it's still blocking, just stay. Day after tomorrow come, and it's still blocking. That means it's not good. Give this up. Move on. This exact question asked to Dalai Lama by some journalists, because in the Buddhism, our most important is karma.
Yeah.
In Buddhism, always talk about karma, you know. And this journalist said to Dalai Lama, you know, if tomorrow, through the scientifically proved that there is no such as karma, what are you going to do, Mr. Dalai Lama? This journalist asked this question. Dalai Lama was, for a second, then we move on. This was the answer. And that's honest.
That's a very good one.
Yeah, because we believe in karma, but if there's no karma, and it's proven,
then
that means no karma is a truth.
Yeah,
we follow the truth, and we move on.
Interesting. Because what you see, a lot of things that people talk about get bad karma, and they make films or movies of stupid things. I think it's some kind of investment for the future. If you're good here, then it will bring you further.
Also, it is about, you need to accept. You need to learn how to accept. And you need to learn how to move on. Because things does not go all the time like you wish.
No.
You need to learn that one. So therefore, if we learn that one, there will be a lot of respect to yourself and respect to the perspective of other also. So this will bring a very beautiful society with a diversity, group of people living together with harmony. This is what one of the good things about India is about the diversity of the religion. Many religions are there in India.
Yeah, correct.
They have very less fight in general. Yeah, sometimes it's come by the majority to the minority, but in general, in India,
people accept.
India has a laws like 5,000 years of this reputation of so many religions living together, religious people, because they accept and they respect to each other. So therefore, the purpose of the book is to bring the best out of you. That should be the purpose.
That should be the purpose.
Yeah. Not to put a law and order to somebody else.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And how would you describe karma for yourself? Let's say, what is the best way to see karma? Because a lot of people, I don't think they understand karma. Sometimes it's called the law of action and reaction.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes it's called investment in the future. Other people, they say karma is how you behave in your environment.
Um, in the Buddhism, when we say about karma, karma is the first thought of the mind. It's called karma.
The first thought of the mind, that's karma. So what you think immediately,
That's the karma.
that's the karma.
So therefore, you have a choice
Yeah.
to choose how to interpret that first thought of the mind into positive or into negative.
But isn't it something spontaneous? That
It can be, yeah, the spontaneous, it comes.
mm-hmm.
Then you need to choose by your awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Like if first thought is like a kill,
Mm-hmm.
it's coming here, then immediately your intuition, your mindfulness has
Mhm.
to say that's wrong.
Yeah.
So that's wrong is also first thought. So therefore every instinct is a first thought.
But your instinct is not something that you can really. That's something that you have. You have to deal with it or not.
Of course we have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because whatever I'm thinking today, it is because yesterday, day before yesterday, or maybe many years,
Mm-hmm.
I've been in ignorance. I never trained myself.
Mm-hmm.
I never look to this one.
Aha. So
So-
now you're telling actually that you can train your intuition.
Yeah, we can train this one. So therefore, the first thought is like this. Why I said, first thought is every moment is first thought.
Yeah.
Because you said a kill, and if you maintain the kill,
Mm-hmm.
this becomes your habit.
Yeah. Correct.
And then once it becomes your habit, it becomes your character.
Mm-hmm.
You are a killer now.
Yeah.
And once it becomes your character, this is your destiny
Mm-hmm.
to become a killer.
Okay.
This is a karma thing. But karma is very interesting. Is karma means you have an option every instant to correct. If it is negative, correct to positive.
Mm-hmm.
If it is positive, maintaining that one.
Keep it. Yeah.
That's called karma. In the
Uh-huh.
Buddhism. So
And-
karma is a mental, karma is action that arises as a first thought in the mind. I have to be good. That's karma. I want to kill. That's karma. I will tell bad things. That's karma. I don't like this person. That's karma.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we have this one, then we will start to become. We will kill also somebody else. So therefore, all this is related to this first thought is also called karma. So
Ah,
therefore, karma is very, very long thing.
it's very long. Yeah.
So when I say you have a bad karma,
Then you have
it
got a
could mean
bad state of mind.
it could be mean you have bad thinking.
Yeah.
It could be mean you are suffering of your yesterday's action.
Your past. Yeah.
So therefore, karma can be in the cost. Karma can be in result also. When we see
Uh-huh.
the experience you get of your action.
So the goal by having a good karma is actually to change every negative idea and transform it to a positive way or thought.
Yes. Because this will make you a better person.
That will make you a better person. Absolutely.
So therefore, in Buddhism, when you say you need to watch your karma, that's why Dalai Lama said, watch your thought because before it becomes a word. Watch your words
Oh, wow.
before it becomes an action.
Yeah.
Watch your action before it becomes your character
Yeah.
or habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch your habit before it becomes your character. Watch your character before it becomes your destiny.
Yeah.
That's karma.
Because it starts with the negative thoughts and it's like flipping over until the end.
You can become from negative thought thinking because you have think negative. now you said negative.
Mhm.
Even you say negative, you have a still option to change it.
Yeah.
If you don't manage to change here, it doesn't matter. You still have a manage here to change it.
Mhm.
But when you reach to your destiny, it's very difficult to change.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
then you become a
Because you had a lot of bad actions before getting
yeah,
there.
you have accumulated a lot.
Yeah.
So therefore, karma is always go to the first thought in the mind. So therefore, when I say what is karma, oh, karma is the first thought of my mind.
Yeah.
I need to better watch to this one.
And how can you train it? How can you train actually to immediately change your negative thought?
Now,
Because it's difficult.
no, it's very difficult. Therefore, in Buddhism, it's just like if you want to become a professional footballer,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just you go to the football ground and shoot.
Yeah.
You
have to
need to
train.
watch of what you eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You need to watch what time you need to get up.
Yeah.
Everything, maybe nothing to do with playing the football.
Yeah.
But it has so many to do with playing football at the same time.
Yeah, because you have to have discipline to reach your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, in the Buddhism, watching or changing my tradition of my karma, it is not easy immediately.
No.
So therefore, you need to train first how to be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
After training this one, you need to train what to say, the functioning of the change.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's to reach a better karma.
Yeah, because you need to have this foundation already background in your package.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to train your karma, you have to be also very much knowledgeable in understanding about impermanent. Because with the karma, you want to change your action,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you are working under a boss and you want to change the thing, but your boss is more controlled than you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to change it, but boss doesn't let you to change it.
No.
You get disappointed.
Yeah.
So therefore, you need a support from impermanent to tell you it's okay.
And that's something inside yourself, the impermanence.
Yeah, it's okay. Impermanent tell you it's okay. Don't worry. This will pass. Your boss might be too strong. Try tomorrow. It's okay. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the past, somebody called George, he had struggled under the boss and something like this.
Mm-hmm.
After 3 years, he won the heart of the boss.
Mm-hmm.
See, he has done that one. Why can't you? These are all the face of impermanent.
Mm-hmm.
So people who try to practice karma already need some kind of understanding about what a good human being is
Mm-hmm.
and what is impermanent is. Only if you have these
Okay.
two knowledge, then karma is easy.
And what is a good human being?
Oh, what in the Buddhism we train through
Yeah.
what you are not, what you are, what you have. We train that we have a training process.
So what you have, what you are?
So they say like I'm training to be a better human being.
Yeah.
So to train this one, I look to myself first. What I am is not.
What I am is not?
I am not a slave.
Yeah, for instance.
For instance.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, oh, I am in a better position. I have this freedom. I should appreciate my existence. I am not a cow that does not know how to ask, do, but I am better than that. I have this freedom. Wow. This is one thing I need to look to what I'm not, because many people complain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, correct.
Like for example, you have to be.
They're never satisfied.
You are in a very much privileged position than me.
Yeah.
Because if I have to go to many different countries, I have to wait minimum of 3 weeks to get a visa.
Yeah.
I have to pay almost 500 euro to get a visa. But for you, you have 180 countries in the world. You can go without a visa. You have this privilege. I don't have. So therefore, you should be so much appreciative to who you are actually. Of you not being me is in your advantage.
Yeah.
So therefore, in Buddhism, first we look the freedom what you have by what you are not.
So the first thing is you look, what are you not?
What I am is not.
Okay.
So therefore, I will be so much appreciative to myself. Like, wow, I'm so lucky enough. And then I look to what I have as an advantage. I have 2 eyes, ears, nose. I have this
Health,
understanding
you're
that
healthy.
everything. Wow.
Yeah.
And then also what I am is. These are the freedom and advantage we call it. And after that one, then we also ask the question, what does for you, what does a really human means? You need to ask question to yourself. What does
a really human mean?
what does a human mean to you?
Yeah.
What is the definition of human? So from the Buddhism, when we say human,
I would say it's a company, a family, or friends.
No, for example, in Buddhism, also in the tradition, we call gentlemen ladies.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
In those times, when you say gentleman, means you are a person with a moral. Gentleman means somebody who's generous. Open the door for the
Gentle.
ladies coming.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Always kind.
You are a gentleman carrying this one. This is usually a definition of human being.
Yeah.
Now it's coming. It's losing. But so therefore we need to look to ourselves. What does human to me? So first thing come is human is somebody, a gentleman or lady that should be based on it should be so much generous, not a wild. Wild is savage, not human.
But in the beginning, people were savage because they were not aware of their position in society and.
No, but this came later. Human by nature is beautiful in general.
Oh yeah. And why do we call what you hear a lot in traditions is, well, people were savage in the old days and now we are more how you call it, better persons than before.
This is always like this. People they love to pick up some portion of the bad time.
Yeah.
We just declare to make ourselves look better. It's just like like we say animals and human.
Yeah.
Because we want to look ourselves look better. We are animals.
I want to say we're the same.
We are all animals, but we still love to tell we are better. So therefore, it is today's human beings' language to say those times are the bad. But this time, we are not killing much like before. We are not burning much like before. But this time, we are killing one to each other through economic thing, political thing.
Oh yeah,
we are worse than before.
Yeah, like in Ukraine right now, you know, it is a stupid situation over there.
Yeah, those time people they just fight for a big purpose and they die. But now it is not. It's mostly what is
but money.
For money, but not only for money. It is just about controlling. It is about
controlling another.
No, it is about manipulating each other now. It is not about control. It is about manipulating and having control. It is just like for example, in Ukraine, there's a war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Putin already know what's going to happen. America know already what's going to happen.
Yeah, correct.
They know already. They already have discussed.
They warned
they know tomorrow there will be a fight, and then Ukraine will lose some territory. In 1 month, the Russian will lose. They already know. It's already pre-planned. Yeah.
Wow.
These are things because most of the country to country they already know the high level, politicians.
Yeah.
And people, normal ordinary people, will die.
Yeah, it's
so
always.
This is like this, but in general, the human by nature is always been
it's always be good.
good one. So therefore, this is where in Buddhism, when we say, what does human to me? Because when a child is born, you are not a bad person.
No.
Child is born is very much goodness is there already. And child, when the more the child is getting older, and then this child can become a politician, rude person, killer, and then all this money thing, everything comes out because of the information that we gave to the child. But when the child is born, until the child has some understanding, child is so innocent. That's human.
So we make a bad person by the input we give in the growing child.
We can make this child, not necessarily a bad person, but we can make this child a very much manipulative person, very much a religious fanatic person. We can make this child a big business person, but everything make them to generate the ego up. The older we become this one. You know. So therefore, child by nature, human being by nature, we know it by the way.
It's good.
It's very goodness there. So therefore, human being by nature, we have goodness. This is where in the Buddhism we train my goodness that I have inherent with me. So this is where I ask always question to myself, what does human beings mean to me? Then I honestly try to figure out, meditate, contemplate, and I give the answer. Yes, true human being means somebody who is very, very generous and caring.
And you do it by meditation?
We do by meditation. This is the first process.
And do you repeat? Okay.
And then second is second is human being is somebody who have a moral. Now moral means something we do is the right thing to do. Human beings are like this. It's just like let's say like there is one somebody is having an accident or fall down. By the law, you are not obliged to help. By the law, you are also not obliged to help or not obliged to help. But you know somebody fall down, might cut the leg or collapse somewhere. It is a moral responsibility to do. So, are you okay? This is a human nature.
Yeah, correct.
So this we call it morally correct. So again, I look to myself. Am I somebody who is doing a morally correct? Am I someone to tell, are you okay? You look so tired. Did you drink enough? Are you okay? You look like you have. It seems like you are having a tough time. Do you want to have some drink together?
So taking care of the other person. That's the goal then.
That is a human. So again, in the human, we look this one.
And you know, I told you I'm a member from a spiritual group, and we are a lot of trainers. We try to bring it to other people. How can we train this? What do you do?
It's just asking question again and again, and we contemplate
Every time. Okay, repeat.
Every time that, yeah. For me, is human is this generous. Human is somebody who's patient. Human, you need to repeat because our brain need to capture this moment. So if you try 1,000 times, then your brain is gradually your brain is going to accept that one, and you become that.
And then it became some kind of nature. Yeah. It became a habit. It starts with a habit, and then it becomes your nature.
Yeah. So therefore, in the Buddhism, human is first what freedom you have through what you are not, what advantage you have as you are, what advantage you have as you have what you have, and
Acceptance.
What I have is I have a family.
Oh yeah.
I have people who love me.
Be happy with what there is already.
Yeah. I have everything. What more I need? Oh, I'm so much fortunate. Because these things are very important to know. Because if you are happy, you are going to help others. If you are not happy, you are not going to do anything.
No.
So this is a true human being. How we try to make this this person to feel you are a human being. We train. I train myself like what I'm not, what I have in my body, what I have as a position, and what is human. Number one question. Again, number two question is what is human? Human means morally correct. First is being generous. Second is morally correct. And third is human is somebody always try to do the best he or she can. Never stopping.
Yeah.
Human is somebody, oh, I have done this one. I'm okay. No. Or I've done
Always
this one.
try to do
I will
your
do
best.
better than this one.
Yeah.
So somebody who gives the best, that's called human.
Yeah. It's actually the same with training. You always push yourself to the limit, try to get further.
Yeah. Like this. Now this is the first, second, and this three is third. Number four is called, we call it commitment.
Commitment.
So from now on, understood this one. Human being is being generous, morally correct. This one, I will try to apply this understanding every day, now and then in my life. This is a commitment. After commitment, then comes, but if I don't manage, if I failed,
yeah, because that can happen.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, because you have no influence on everything.
Yeah, so I forgive myself. I will not go into a understanding of guilty feeling.
Yeah.
Because now this is a very, very big thing in the Christian.
Oh yeah.
Because Christian, guilt? I think you don't know anything about guilt. Because you are never born a Christian, huh?
I've never been.
Yeah, so therefore she doesn't know. But many people of older generation, they have a very strong guilt because they have been told by the religious, you are a guilty, you are a guilty, you are a guilty. So many people have a guilty this thinking. So when you have guilty, then you believe I'm done, I'm bad, I'm miserable, I cannot do. There's no way out.
Because that's what you hear a lot by Christianity. If you don't follow these rules, you're going to the hell.
Yeah. But in the Buddhism, this thing happened because we failed.
Yeah.
But here, then we have to, yes, I failed, but I'm not a failure. Today I failed, so therefore I step one step back. But tomorrow I come with even better, stronger.
Never give up.
Never give up. I regret of failing, but I did not give up. So therefore, if there's any energy up there, give me the blessing.
So the commitment is actually stay on your route.
Commitment is
when it doesn't happen,
I will do.
Go, yeah.
And then after commitment, you can fail, but it's okay.
It's okay, yeah, okay. Acceptance.
So, yeah, this is this 5 process in the human we train that way. So therefore, you will not become extraordinary person like Gandhi, Teresa, or maybe Jesus or so on. You might not. But comparing to yourself of yesterday, you are better today. So this is where the human being is trained. You cannot compare to somebody else, but you can compare to yourself of your yesterday.
So accept your failure, get yourself together, and start again tomorrow. Yeah. It's no problem.
Yeah. So this is how we train into 5 process of a human being.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, actually we do something like that, you know. We try to be happy with what happens, and doesn't do you fail, okay, no problem. Yeah. You're a good person, go on and pick it up.
So therefore, it is interpretation of the book of people say, you failed, you are going to hell.
Yeah.
It's the same story I can give you about the story of Adam and Eve. Now you know this one, huh?
I know.
Because what happened is that God was so bored, okay, and he created a human being, man, and then the man was so happy. But one day when God came back, he saw the man was not happy, and then he found out why he's not happy. Then he created one female. So therefore, this man and this female were so happy. And that time before the God leaves, he told them, do not eat this apple. If you eat this apple, you break the commandment, and we will no longer see each other.
Yeah.
You are guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. And then God left, and
He
then
took the
Eve
apple.
told Adam, "Oh, I'm hungry. Do you want to eat that apple?" And he said no. And she anyway went there. The stack says eat. And she plucked the apple. She ate one, and she said, "Adam, do you want to eat?" He said no. She said, "Eat." He said no. And then after that, okay, I eat it. And then God came and said, "Oh, I told you not to eat. You broke the promise. Now what should I do?" The God said. Without a second thought, Adam and Eve immediately said, "We deserve it, the punishment. Send us, we are guilty. Send us to exile." So because of the fault of Adam and Eve, every human being according to the Bible is guilty.
Yeah.
So therefore Jesus came, he died this one, and the purpose of dying is that to purify the guilt that human being has. That's why he came.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So many, we are all the descendant of the Adam and Eve. So therefore, you, me, she has to be guilty according to the Christian tradition. Now, let me change the scenario. So now, Eve plucked the apple and asked Adam to eat, and Adam eat it anyway. But now God came, and God says, "Oh, what did you do, Adam and Eve? I told you not to eat.
Yeah.
You will get the punishment." This is what God said. Now, Adam and Eve, normally, if Adam and Eve is a Buddhist, they had an option to tell God, "You are a God. Your definition, by definition, God is forgiving. God is kind. God is love. Me, Adam, and she, Eve, we are a human being. Human being by nature make a mistake.
Yeah.
God, can you give us a second chance?"
Yeah. Yeah.
They did not ask this one.
Yeah.
Because of the concept of guilt.
Yeah.
Second chance is the needed, important, because if Adam and Eve asked, "Give us a second chance," today we are not here. Jesus did not come like this.
Yeah.
It does not need to come. Every one of their time, all the beings are in paradise. But one single mistake of not asking, give us a second chance, change everything. So therefore, this is where the guilt and the regret comes. From Buddhism, we don't know what is guilt mean. We always say regret. Because if you regret, you can see the bigger picture of what you have done.
Yes.
And what you could have done.
Indeed.
And how you will done. But when you are guilt, you are blocked.
Yeah.
You don't see, you just see this one.
Yeah.
And you decide, "I'm doomed."
Yeah. Yeah.
So therefore, in the Buddhism, it's very, very important to apply. If I don't manage, I will seek the second chance. I will seek the third chance.
And forget.
Fourth chance. That is why this alphabet has not only A, B, C. Alphabet has how many alphabet there?
26.
26 alphabet. That means I have 26 options.
Yeah.
And 26 chances. Like this. In Buddhism, you have a lot of options.
So from Buddhist perspective, it's very important to give somebody a second chance or a third chance. And what if you don't improve? What if it doesn't get better?
There will be always a time to get better. This person only needs his condition. Condition to meet somebody who is better. To tell, okay, you have been struggling. That's why some great meditator who has not necessarily Buddhist, like psychologists,
Mhm.
they go to prison and they talk with the people. They give it option and then try to educate the person to change the perspective. Even though the person is not willing to change, but there's somebody they talk, and then with the time they cry and they realize, oh, now I know that's the wrong thing.
That's wrong, yeah.
So therefore, thank you very much. So therefore, there is always an option. There's always a condition to change.
But okay, this is quite interesting. You were talking about Adam and Eve. So from Christianity, they say there was a man, there came a woman. You see a lot in relationships that there is some kind of struggle, that people do not get along. They love each other, they go in a marriage, and that's where the problem starts. Some people call it the battle of the roses.
Yeah.
How you see that?
No, I think this you need to ask.
You need equality, I think.
No, this you need to ask question to the old couple, a marriage couple who are like a 60, 70 people, age people, two husband and wife. You just ask a question to them. How long you have been married? And they will say, we have been married like last 50 years together.
Yeah.
And you ask the question, how did you survive? Oh, the answer is, we try to understand each other, to his up and down, and to mine ups and down. We fight sometime, and then when he's up, I try to stay low. When I'm low, when I'm up, he start to start low. So therefore, this is how they balance their relationship. It's a better understanding.
So that's the key to a good marriage.
This is how most of the people who live like 50 years of marriage, they tell their
They
story.
understand each other. Yeah.
This is they don't tell like we love each other, we hug. They don't say like this. Oh,
No.
we had a lot of struggle in our life.
So it means actually that you need to understand your partner and accept who it is and bring him down.
Yeah, forgiveness and everything is there. This is how the relationship survive.
Yeah.
If relationship is like no, this is my way. Okay, we will just see only in Sunday, and then we are married, but we will not see from Monday to Saturday. Only see Sunday. Of course, then this relation is not going to last long.
No.
Like this. So therefore, if you want to know about this one, then you need to ask the question not to a monk, not to a divorced person, not to a person who does not have not yet married, but you need to ask to the person who had married for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And they will tell with their sincere eyes and look to the young people and say, we survive that way. We understand each other. We try to hold each other's hand whenever the other one is down. Like this. So this is the answer of.
Because a lot of people are not happy in relations.
It's very simple. We can, when we look, it's not understanding. So this is actually comes the second of the looking to the human being.
Yeah.
The morally correct.
Yeah.
You need to have a sense of concern, like, oh, are you okay?
And my daughter is shaking her head very much. I can see.
Yeah, because it's true. It's true.
Because she's in the age of dating and looking for a partner and where am I? Who am I? Who's the other person? And
because if she feel a person, right person, that time she will say like, I'm so happy with him because he's so caring, he's understandable. These are the words you will tell. Only then you will try to settle your life down. Otherwise, you will just enjoy the life as long as you don't find the right person. But the moment you find the right person, your justification is like, oh, he's so handsome. Not
yeah,
only
that's
that,
how it starts.
that is not enough. He's handsome. It's just like we spend few months together just to figure out. But when you really want to settle down, is that person is also really, really caring to you. That person wanted to know more about you, and then also that person is also even accepting about what you as a person you are, and you are also the behavior that you have, or the character you have, If that person accept the more about you, the better the relationship is all about. So therefore, this how a human being coexists to each other as long as there. The moment this understanding is gone, then there is a fight.
Yeah. Then it's gone.
Then,
Yeah,
then,
that's the start.
then humanity is gone.
Yeah, that's the start.
Yeah. So therefore, in the Buddhism, when we say meditating on how to be a human being, these are the most important thing, because in any relationship between father and son, mother and daughter, and then husband and wife, brother, sister, the understanding is the key
Understanding.
point.
Yeah.
Key point.
And it gives the other person a feeling of being there. When somebody understands, when you don't understand, it's more ignorance, as if you're not there.
Yeah.
I don't mind your,
That's the
yeah.
thing, that's the thing. Yeah. For example, like a daughter and father.
Yeah.
For her mind, no matter where she goes, she know there is someone out there watching. If anything is having this one, she knows that she can call. Oh, father, I'm this and that. You know, there's always some person when we can count. This is the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. We live together.
Yeah, like this.
And she's a twin daughter. Her twin daughter lives with the mother,
Okay.
and she's living at she's 19, so she can decide for herself. And well, I've been in the mountains 2 hours too late today, and I came back and I saw on her face, okay, there's something wrong. So I started with, are you angry? No, I'm not angry. You should come at 10 o'clock. I said, okay, sorry. What can I do to make you laugh? Nothing. So I touched her leg, and when I tickle, and suddenly she said, yeah, you haven't spent attention to me. I said, okay, now I'm spending attention to you. And then she started laughing, and and it was not my plan to hurt her. But you know, I was in the mountains, I was looking for feathers over there, and you forget time, you know?
Oh yeah. It's just like this. These are the basic human nature you need to figure out in a human being. And then to continue maintain this one, then the most important is impermanent.
Sorry?
Impermanent.
Impermanent.
Impermanent is something like let's say like you are a good human being, but you can you can face so many disappointment in the life. Are you divorced with your wife?
I've got a girlfriend.
And her mother?
Oh yeah, we're divorced. Yes,
Yeah,
of course. Sorry.
They say you're divorced with her mother.
Yeah.
The day when you are divorced, sometime there is a big disappointment. Therefore, we divorce.
Correct.
And that time, a person need to learn. If it is time to let it go, need to let it go. If there is something to restore, need to restore. This is how the process goes.
Again, so if you decide to let it go, then you go.
If it is time to let it go,
yeah,
you need to know it's a time to let it go.
Okay. And what is the time? That's the feeling what you have.
Therefore, the time is based on the context of the situation.
Of course.
So therefore, if it is like, okay, now there's no way to, then you need to learn how to this one. So this is again to support to be a good human being is somebody saying, I am very much happy, happy for you that you found a better person than me. Then let it go. That's also one thing of doing. These are all you need to be. Your mind should be at ease to let it go. If you are so much cling to, okay. If you are not so much cling to, we don't need to apply so much this impermanent of the change because we are just anyway moving on. But there are some people so much attached to something. Like for example, like I'm going away from this place soon. I've lived here for 18 years. I can have so much sentiment to this place, attachment to this place. But I need to learn it's time to go.
Yeah, but you should feel bad about it.
No, that's the thing. This is where a human being should be so much content of
What
this 17, 18 years, so much grateful.
So you look back to the good times and you move on.
So you need
You
to move
accept.
on. You need to move on, because if you cannot move on, I will go away, but my mind will be always sad there or thinking about this place.
Yeah, correct.
So this to be a good person, you need to you need to be a better person.
So even a
To be a
divorce
good
should not
person-
be negative.
To be a good person, you need to be a better person.
Yeah,
Forgiving, let it go.
yeah, let it go.
Yeah,
Acceptance.
yeah, accept
Wow.
this one. And then, only then the karma come. Once you move on, then you need to look your mind and what you want to do from here, where you want to go. You want to drink, and then take the drugs and say I'm so sad, miserable.
Yeah, that's not the
Or-
solution.
or I want to.
But that's what happens. That's what some people do.
Many people.
Many people do. Yeah. They stay in their mind of disappointment.
There are so
And then-
many good human beings get a worse situation and become worse.
Yeah.
So this is exactly the continuity of good human being to impermanent to karma.
Yeah.
If you are like this, then you become a better person.
And it all comes back by trying to be a good person. That's the basic actually for everything.
All the Buddhism, all
Yeah.
the religion,
Yeah.
from my perspective, is to take out your to manifest your potential.
To manifest your potential. That's it.
That's the purpose of every religion. Not only religion. That's the purpose of our existence.
And okay, now it's interesting. And what's the purpose of your extinction? Existence. Yeah. Sorry.
That's the thing. It's the same thing.
Because we are here and
And you bring out your goodness.
yeah,
When
I didn't choose. Suddenly I was here.
Yeah. And then 100 years later you are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you are going to leave behind before you go?
Yeah, I hope a good memory. I
That's the
hope
thing.
that when I go further up, my daughter say, okay, my father was always there for me, and whatever happened, he was the one who supported me.
So therefore, a good human being is somebody who walk on the earth and impact so many people, so many beings in the best way possible.
Yeah,
That is the purpose. Because after 100 years, we are gone anyway.
but that's not what a lot of political leaders do. It's not what a lot of CEOs from a big factory do. Sometimes they lose.
Not only that one. There's